Well, listeners, there is a tour coming up early next year that we are so excited about. Alien Ant Farm will be hitting our shores alongside CKY, and this will be off the back of their brand new album as well. So we're very, very excited to be able to delve into that. But we've actually got one of the members of Alien Ant Farm on the phone right now to chat a little bit about this amazing tour. Welcome to the program, Terry.
Hello. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm really well. Now, mate, we are so excited about this tour. How do you guys feel about
So
heading
are
back?
we.
How are you feeling about heading
Yeah,
back to Australia?
it's kind of it's a bit surreal, honestly. It seems like the last time we were there, oh gosh, what's it like 20 years or 2002? What was it? Big Day Out tour. So and that seems like a dream now. So it's a bit surreal, but we're very excited. We're looking forward to connecting with a lot of bands that we kind of owe some touring to.
Big Day Out became one of those iconic festivals. Unfortunately, it's no longer here in Australia, but tell us a little bit about that. Have you got fond memories of coming out here for Big Day Out?
Yeah, that was incredible. I mean, it was a bit like summer camp, with all your friends from other bands that you know from, wherever you tour and whoever you tour with. We made a lot of friends, a lot of people that we recorded music with before and toured with. And it was just incredible. We did some really incredible stuff, and we played to some big crowds, and we were doing really well, and got to go to see some amazing stuff. It's just a shame it took us so long to get back.
So, as I mentioned in the intro, you guys have got a brand new album out as well that we're hoping that you'll play some tracks off on this tour. Tell us about the brand new album.
Yeah, we got a new record out finally. It took us some time, a pandemic and a lot of life stuff to get through before it kind of became the hard reset that it really was that we needed in a sense to get a new record out. It's you have your whole life to write your first record, and like your second record is like 3 months or whatever. So to actually have like a hard reset and get some crazy life events under our belts and then put a record out that's directly related to the feelings and things we were going through when we were writing that was incredible. And I think it gave us a really special record full of songs that we're really, really super proud of because they're just like life markers for us. But we've been playing. We've been doing some touring around and playing some festivals and stuff here stateside. So we've been playing, anywhere from 2 to 4 songs off the new record, and it's been going well. And it's fun to be able to have new after all this time, to have something new to present is really awesome, and we feel good about it. I mean, we're realistic about, like it's been so long since the anthology days. We know we're going to be playing a lot of anthology and truant songs, of course. And that's okay, but we're going to definitely be sneaking some of these new songs into the set.
Definitely. You mentioned that the new album has got a lot of songs on there about life moments and a lot more personal things on there. Have you found that your fans have reacted to that by reaching out and saying, hey, this track really speaks to me, it reminds me of this in my life and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We get a lot of that. And even, again, from the early stuff, now we're meeting, we're out, like I said, on the road, and we're pushing this new music, but, we're meeting a lot of people that have listened to the music since they were young, and now they're older and they're parents, and they're brought, like, literally have brought their child to the show because their kid loves the music too, and we hear all these stories about what this song meant to them and what that song helped them, how that song helped them or whatever, and it's pretty moving. We get more of that than we do the new songs, but a lot of people, and they're all just like relationship and breakup songs. So it's, you know what I mean? We all go through it, so it's real easy to connect on those things.
Yeah. You mentioned your older tracks there, and I read a stat when I was doing some research for this interview that I'd never read before. Apparently, if you go to a major city like I'm here in Melbourne, you will hear either Movies or Smooth Criminal guaranteed played on 2 or 3 radio stations a day in a major city like Melbourne. How does that
That's
make
awesome.
how does that make you feel knowing that your music from so long ago is still so loved that radio stations play it every day?
It's it's awesome. I mean, that people, you know, like if anyone hung out for the whole time, then that's great. Or if it's people that are just hearing it and jumping on because they like what they hear and they get to go back and kind of explore what we've done musically. I don't know. It's all good. It's it's an honor. You know, it's funny because it's kind of, you know, there's a lot of that here. It doesn't always translate into the things that you would think it would. You know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, I'm on the radio this many times every day. You know, I should be playing like the Normo Dome or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's really cool to you know, to kind of have like this. I don't know. People say, like, what do they say, legacy band or whatever. If that's what we are, like, you know, then that's our legacy is that we're on the radio every day. Then, you know, that's awesome. I think it's really cool and probably something that a lot of bands don't get.
Yeah. So tell us, what was it like back then? Like when Smooth Criminal came out, I remember it absolutely exploded here in Australia. It was all over the radio. It was all over television with the video clip. What was that like for you guys? Because not every band gets a breakout song like that goes global.
It was startling. You know what I mean? We used to play a different cover song every time we'd play when we were an independent band. We try to, you know what I mean? And that was just being like funny and trying to show off our musical chops. You know, we were like playing like an Aaliyah song, but like kind of heavier. Like, you know, we used to play like Smooth Operator by Sade, and you know, it's just us trying to be weird and eclectic and cool. And we used to try and do it different every time we'd play, and then, you know, the Smooth Criminal thing just kind of like happened naturally, and you know, we tried it out at one show, and then it kind of stuck in a weird way, and then we ended up recording it a couple of times, and we were just I don't know, we put Anthology out, we put that song on Anthology, we were just kids. We were new to the game. We were just happy to be there and in the room with some of the people we were in the room with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think any of us really had like the knowledge of like this would be a hit or not. And when it did happen, you know, we were working Movies, which was doing good. It was having, you know, its own little day in the sun, and you know, the radio kind of helped out with Smooth Criminal, and once it like kind of got played by a couple of trend-setting stations, it went through the roof, and it was very accelerated. So, you know, that was wild for us being young and like I said, just kind of happy to be there. But, you know, over the years, it is what it is. It's, you know, it could be a jagged pill at times, but maybe when I was younger and more angsty, but these days it's like, every time I play it, I love that it puts like incredulously happy, smiling faces. You know, like everybody in the crowd just like kind of, from one note to see the whole crowd just changed into this like mood, like all excited and happy is really like turned into something epic in my life. So
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Do you remember who it was in the band that said, "Hey, why don't we play Smooth Criminal"?
I want to say it might have been our old bass player Ty. I'm pretty sure, like, because like I said, we'd be in our jam room, just like, hey, I was listening to this song, we should try this, you know. And it's like, it's something stupid like the South Park theme. You know, back
Yeah.
then, like South Park was kind of new still, but we were like, "Oh, the South Park is awesome. Let's play that." We'd like play like a few bars of that at our show. So it was really just like this fun, kind of goofy, entertaining ourselves and each other kind of thing. You know, it wasn't. There was no real like motives behind it, and the Smooth Criminal thing was like we just thought we were like, oh, that riff is so heavy. Imagine like if we were chugging it like with guitars, and we tried it at practice, and then we did it at a show, and everybody like instantly reacted, even back then. And we wouldn't even play the whole song, just part of it. And we kind of knew then that we had to figure out the whole song, and we did. And you know, the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah. So bringing it back to the tour for early next year, how difficult is it for you guys to put together a set list when you've got new and old fans and new and old music?
Yeah.
Does that make it difficult to put together a set list?
Well, yeah, it's always. I mean, regardless of like, it's always challenging because regardless of like how many of our records were popular and how many were not, you know, we still have like a core fan base that we like to cater to, you know, because they're usually the majority of people that are coming out to see us, you know, over and over again. So, you know, you want to like play their favorites, but you don't want to play them every time because, you know, they're going to be like, oh, they played the same shit they played last time. And, you know what I mean? It's very dimensional when you have a few records under your belt. Obviously, we know that, you know, especially, I think I mentioned earlier, coming there after 20 years, like, we're going to play an anthology heavy set, you know. Probably some truant stuff, and then we'll get, you know, a song or two from maybe like a couple other records, and then sneak in what we can from the new record, you know. So and that's okay though. You know, we want people to be able to hear those songs that they grew up on. So it's gonna be tough, but I think that we'll figure it out. Like it'll fall into it. Hopefully fall into place pretty quickly.
Awesome. Well, Terry, to finish off, what would you like to say to your fans out there who have already bought tickets to the show or are thinking about buying tickets to these shows?
Shoot, I can't wait to see you. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, get them, because we're hoping that the tour is going to do exceptionally well, and I want everyone to get a ticket. I don't want it to be too hard for anyone to get a ticket. If it is, then great. It's a good problem, I guess. We can't wait to kind of get out there and I don't know, reconnect with a great part of the world that we haven't been to in a long time. We haven't been to in too long. So can't wait.